3 shocking reasons Lucifer fought so hard for the body of Moses.
We all know the story of Moses in the Bible, the man who fought the Egyptian king for the freedom of the Israelites, the man who divided the Red Sea and wrote the 10 Commandments. But there are some mysteries about Moses, like how did he die, where was he buried, and most importantly, why did Lucifer fought so hard for his body? Let's start with the first reason, the mysterious death of Moses. The death of Moses was no ordinary passing. It was an event wrapped in secrecy, unlike any other in the Bible. Moses, the great leader of Israel, who spoke with God face to face, did not die in the presence of men. No one witnessed his last breath. No funeral was held. No tomb was ever found. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 34 5-6 tells us that God himself buried Moses in an unknown grave in Moab. But why? Why was Moses' body hidden? What was so special about him that Satan himself appeared to claim his body? In the book of Jude 1 verse 9, we are given a glimpse of a supernatural battle. The Archangel Michael and Satan engaged in a heated dispute over Moses' body. Picture this, a confrontation between the Prince of Darkness and one of the mightiest angels of God. What was at stake? What made Moses' corpse so valuable that Satan dared to challenge heaven itself? This was not an ordinary dispute. It was a cosmic struggle over something deeper, something hidden in the story of Moses. God's chosen prophet was not just a leader, he was a symbol of something greater, and Satan wanted to corrupt Moses' legacy. Moses was Israel's greatest prophet and lawgiver. He had led the Israelites out of Egypt, received the 10 Commandments, and stood as a mediator between God and his people. But there was one flaw in Moses' life. He had sinned against God by striking the rock in anger instead of speaking to it as commanded in Numbers chapter 20, 8-12. Because of this, he was forbidden from entering the promised land. Satan saw this as an opportunity. He wanted Moses' body to use it as evidence against God's justice. Imagine the deception. If Satan had gained control of Moses' body, he could have used it to twist Israel's faith, raising doubts about God's righteousness. He could have accused God of being unfair, highlighting Moses' punishment and leading people into rebellion. But there was something even more sinister behind Satan's plot. He wasn't just after Moses' reputation. He wanted something even greater. Moses' body had a hidden power, and Satan knew it. This was just the beginning of a cosmic battle that had deeper implications than anyone could have imagined. The struggle over Moses' body was not just about a dead prophet. It was about the future of God's plan and the schemes of darkness. Which brings us to the second reason, a body of power and prophecy. The second shocking reason Satan wanted Moses' body was because of the prophetic power it held. Moses was not just any prophet, he was a forerunner of something greater, something that pointed directly to the Messiah. His body carried an anointing, a divine mystery that Satan desperately wanted to pervert. Throughout history, God had used the bodies of his prophets for divine purposes. Elijah's body was taken up in a chariot of fire. Elisha's bones revived a dead man, 2 Kings 13 verse 21.
Moses' body carried a unique significance.
It was a vessel of divine authority, and Satan wanted to manipulate it. Satan knew that if he could gain control of Moses' body, he could use it to deceive Israel. Imagine the power of a corrupted Moses appearing before the people. He could have been used to lead them astray, to introduce false teachings, or even to create a counterfeit Messiah figure. It would have been the ultimate deception, a perversion of God's plan. But there was something even more terrifying. Moses appeared later in the Bible, standing alongside Elijah during Jesus' transfiguration, Matthew 17-3. This means Moses was still part of God's divine timeline, still playing a role in the unfolding plan of redemption. If Satan had succeeded in taking his body, could he have altered this moment? Could he have stopped this prophetic fulfillment? The battle over Moses' body was not just about the past, it was about the future. It was about keeping God's divine order intact and preventing the enemy from corrupting a key prophetic figure. In the next chapter, we will uncover the final and most terrifying reason why Satan wanted Moses' body, one that ties directly to the Antichrist and the last days. The third and most terrifying reason Satan wanted Moses' body was because of its connection to the end times. In the book of Revelation, we read about 2 mysterious witnesses who will appear during the tribulation period, Revelation 11 verses 3-12. These two figures will prophesy, perform miracles, and stand against the Antichrist's kingdom. Many scholars believe one of these witnesses could be Moses. If Moses' body had fallen into Satan's hands, imagine the havoc it could have caused. The devil could have used it to create a demonic resurrection, presenting a counterfeit Moses to deceive the world. This would have been the ultimate trick, a false prophet appearing in the last days, leading people away from the true God. But God did not allow this to happen.
Michael, the archangel, fought and won the battle over Moses' body. Why?
Because God's plan could not be corrupted. Moses' role in history was too important to be perverted by the enemy. This battle was more than just about a body. It was about the power of resurrection. Jesus Christ was the only one who would rise in victory and defeat death. Satan has always sought to counterfeit God's power, but he was stopped. Moses' body remained under divine protection, and the devil's scheme was thwarted. In the end, this battle over Moses' body reminds us of a greater truth. Satan is always working to twist, corrupt, and deceive, but God is always in control.
No matter how great the enemy's plans, God's purpose will always prevail.
The mystery of Moses' body is a powerful lesson for us today. It warns us to stay vigilant against deception, to trust in God's ultimate plan, and to remember that the battle is already won. The question is, whose side will you stand on? Don't forget to click the subscribe button so we can stay in touch.
Thanks.